Year 17, the basketball squad is ready to roll today. We got tons of football to get to as well. We are jammed up on this Monday, and it begins with Game 7 yesterday in Oklahoma City. The Nuggets trying to work their way in, probably into a conference final. SGA trying to hold them off. Defensive adjustment. Denver had an advantage early in this game, and then Chiney, they went to Alex Caruso on Jokic, and it worked.
The X factor, the pesky defender, he is the reason why the energy shifted for the Thunder. Look at this matchup. He's got his hands, the deflections, 37 points off of turnovers. He led the charge.
It really turned into a factor in this game, and Jalen Williams was terrific. He had 17 points in the second quarter, and Monica, it was OKC opening up a commanding advantage in that set.
Yeah, but Williams was a huge part of this one, Brittany. 10 of 17 from the floor. He had an excellent game, and it was a big bounce-back performance from him because he had not been that consistent through the series.
Marcus Morris, the Shai Gilgeous-Alexander, had 35 points and 0 turnovers. Is there any question he's the MVP?
No question at all. And I don't think that he even had to have 35. I thought during the season he really displayed that he was the MVP of the game.
Magnificent. And then this is Case and Wallace.
The jam!
Allen,
Left-handed.
No
unfair.
The poster, the explanation.
Just talking about this.
Rim protection. 10 minutes to go. This thing is a coronation.
Look at this.
Dime. Defense with the drop-off there. Caruso had 11 points, 3 assists, 3 steals off the bench. A little bit of an X factor there, as it is OKC, right where they were supposed to be, though they took the circuitous route. And take a look at this. And then there were 4. These are the last 4 teams standing, and according to ESPN Bet, this is a one-sided affair. The Thunder are odds-on favorites, followed, as you see in order, by the Knicks, T-Wolves, and Pacers. I think this is a fascinating dynamic. I will ask it as directly as I can. In your mind, I'll start with you, Chiney. We have referred for much of this season to the Western Conference, at least, as the Thunder Invitational. It certainly didn't look that way through these playoffs. They had a little bit of a battle in round 1. They had their hands completely full. Do you believe they should be the prohibitive favorite to win the championship right now?
Absolutely. I don't want to run the bill up, but you know the song, As We Go.
You always running the bill up.
I'm always going to run the bill up here, you guys. They are graduating in real time.
Yeah.
Now, this is a team that is not perfect, but they are progressing in real time. I said graduation because last year, the Boston Celtics, that's what Jaylen Brown said. We have to learn as young stars how to win, and we're seeing that happen time and time again. And a lot of times when you think about the NBA, you think that you need 1, 2, 3 stars in order to win. They're showing you it could be different guys other than the MVP. J-Dub stepping up, Alex Caruso having big minutes. Hartenstein was a great acquisition. Chet Holmgren playing more aggressive, relying on defense as a star. Like, that is what they have done, and it showed that it's bringing wins.
You feel good about this? You feel good about OKC right now as a prohibitive favorite?
No, not that high of a favorite. I'm not sold. I just think that the first 2 games was great matchups, right? They got a Grizzly team that really wasn't deep. They really didn't even come out and try to play. Ja Morant got hurt. And then you go to 7 with Denver. Denver had a rookie head coach that didn't make adjustments in real time because that game could have got away from OKC, right? They put Caruso, which is a great move. They put Caruso on big fella. They couldn't figure it out. They slowed the offense down, and they got out of it. I'm not that sold on OKC. I just can't, especially when they're going up against Minnesota, right? Minnesota has been proven. They was in the same spot last year. They went against the big dogs of the Lakers. Obviously, Steph went out against the Warriors, but they really had some challenges, and they got out of them series quite fast, right?
I think, too, the thing that makes you hesitant about that number being so big is these guys match up so well. And we spent a lot of time talking about one of the best regular season games being OKC and Cleveland. But there was a series at the end of February that back-to-back when the Wolves and the Thunder met up, and they split that one. I think the Thunder are 2-1 on the season. But, like, this is a really, really great matchup. And I'm a little bit concerned. Both of these teams defend at a high level. But size, you got to give the advantage to the Wolves.
Yeah, you just got to think about it just on paper. They're the only 60-win team left, right? We had 3 60-win teams in the league.
Barely.
Only 1 left. But still, the only one left.
Yeah.
And then after that, you have a 3 seed, a 4 seed, and a 6 seed. So they right now should be the prohibitive favorite because they were the best team. They are the best team left when you consider the body of the season. Are they going to be tested against Minnesota? Absolutely. This is not an easy matchup for them. It's a tough one. But maybe this Game 7 was the coming of age that they needed to prepare themselves for what's going to be a tough series against the Timberwolves.
I sign up for that.
I mean, that's one way way to look at it, and I hope I'm wrong. I've been riding the OKC bandwagon all year long. I like them. I'm not in any way rooting against them, but I said last week, I've got Minnesota against whoever comes out of this thing, and I've not changed my mind. I think the Timberwolves have been definitively the best team in the West in these playoffs.
This is what I would offer to us then. Which supporting cast do you trust more? Because let's say Ant and SGA give us the fireworks we want, we dream of. Which supporting cast do you then trust more?
I go back to Minnesota. They was here last year.
Yeah,
same
big
spot.
change.
In
I mean,
the same
Carl
spot.
Anthony Towns was there. Julius Randle was there.
Toughness went up.
Now they're both there.
The toughness went up.
Even
Julius
Chenzo off the
Randle
bench.
brings a level of toughness to this game that they couldn't even play Cat
and Drew was
sometimes
hooping.
last year. Remember that they sat him down and had Naj Reid in there last year. So Cat really wasn't the guy that you wanted him to be in that series.
I like it. I like this thought because if you think about the star players, they can neutralize each other.
Exactly.
This series might come down to the number 2 option, and I think people are sleeping on Julius Randle, who had 29, like 8 and 5.
Yeah,
He's been great with Ant. Yeah, and I think they're the first duo to have 25 points per game in a series in Timberwolves history.
I've been a talk show host for 30 years. Here's the question. Which one of these two young superstars is about to take over the league? One of these two guys, either Shai Gilgeous-Alexander or Anthony Edwards, and not both, are going to the NBA Finals this year. In a finals that will not involve LeBron James, Steph Curry, Kevin Durant, even Jason Tatum, Jaylen Brown, the Boston Celtics.
We've already seen it. Anthony, we've already seen it last year. We talk about the
There's
list.
a step
Took
left,
down
though.
Jokic.
There
Are going to be 2 teams left standing, and that's it. And they're going to get all the attention and all the worldwide attention that comes with the NBA Finals, and only one of them is going to get it. And the question is, which guy is that guy? That guy has a chance to become the next one in this league.
But who's more unbothered? That's my question. Because Shai is unbothered, but Ant, they could double team, they could trap him. That can affect how the Timberwolves go.
He had not, to your point, he had not shown up well in tight games in that series.
All right, let me leave this here for a minute. We're going to. We're coming back to that.
This series.
But let me get to the East, because for the first time in a quarter century, these words are accurate. The Knicks are in the Eastern Conference Finals. After a big win in Game 6 on Friday night, they now host the Pacers Wednesday. Indiana knocked the Knicks out of last year's playoffs in Game 7 of the second round last year. It feels like these two teams always go head-to-head when everything in the world is at stake for both. Those were the scenes on Friday night on 7th Avenue. Candidly, it may still look like that.
Russ was out there.
Oh, believe me, I avoid that neighborhood during Knicks games. All kidding aside. So, I want to live in the Celtics of it for a minute. We have a couple of days to get ready for Knicks Pacers. But Brian Scalabrine, who was very close and connected to the Celtics, said after the game, and I watched the clip because I thought it was interesting. He said that maybe, and he was down, like he wasn't angry in saying this, but he said maybe the Celtics deserve to lose because they kind of cheated the game in the way they approached the series. Now, that can mean a lot of different things. Here's how I interpreted it. I interpreted it to mean the Celtics had this feeling that we do what we do, and if we do it, nobody beats us, and we're not changing for anybody. You know, the old everyone's got a plan until they get punched in the face, the Mike Tyson line. They believed that. We're going to do our thing, we're going to shoot our threes, and if we do it, no one can beat us. And then as the series went on, and as the information kept coming back, this might not be a good idea, this might be the only way you can lose, there's a lot of, they never really adjusted what they were doing, and maybe that, I think, is what Scalabrine meant, and if so, would you agree with it?
Yeah, I was watching the series and I tweeted this, that we might be watching the end of extreme analytics in real time. Because
God bless you. Whatever is that? I'm gonna retweet that.
Gavel. He needs his gavel.
You need his gavel. I didn't know you were going to respond that way. But I thought so because you're seeing natural dominant basketball players in clutch time be confused on what to do because you've been wired to take threes or settle or be a part of the system, whereas your advantage is actually eaten in isolation, one-on-one, where no one can guard you. You have the finals MVP, someone who's trying to prove that they're also an MVP in the front court, back court, and you're not able to make the necessary requisite reads. Whereas just down the street, you see these New York Knicks who are just hooping and vibing off of chemistry. Like, I think there's an oscillation back to the middle, and I think that's the issue with the Celtics. They were following that system and not just playing hoops.
And I feel like you, and I understand your perspective on this, Monica, have felt like that is not giving enough credit to the Knicks. Knicks. To focus on that is not giving enough credit to the Knicks. Why?
100%. Because this Knicks defense had to make adjustments, like we talked about. Greeny, they got their, I don't know if I can cuss on TV, but they got beat badly during the course of the regular season. Like the production meeting, you're like, if I had told you Knicks in 6, I'd have been like, is that a typo? Because did they make it to a 6-game series with the Celtics based on what we had seen in the course of the regular season? And so their defense had to step up all around. When you look at their best games, Games 1 and 2, yes, Jalen Brunson is the clutch player of the league, but this is also a Mikal Bridges who really had only come to play in the Detroit Pistons. He had not found his footing as a Knick as well as he has now to this point. Then you look at Game 6, the closeout game. That play where the Celtics are out on the break, I can't remember who started it, but Josh Hart is scrambling to get back defensively. Mitchell Robinson pins Jaylen Brown in the corner, like corner of death. Their commitment on the defensive end in terms of stepping up, and we're getting all these little nuggets about team meetings and PJ Tucker after the fact, but that was they had to catch the ball. Even if you want to put it on the Celtics not shooting threes well, the Knicks had to be there to catch the ball and still run with it.
Was this a series that the Knicks won or the Celtics lost?
The Celtics lost. Being up 20, 2 games in a row, no matter what you say, I
disagree too.
I don't see that. They did miss threes, but if you watch the game, right, and we know we talk about systems, we talk about analytics, half of those threes was wide open. So did the Knicks really stop the Celtics, or did the Celtics miss?
Let me get
it. Hold on, because Himbo got the number.
One was wide open.
Shout out to Himbo. In the series, the Celtics shot 63 of 169 on open threes.
So did the system fail them?
If you're not making them, what do you?
But you're just not making shots. You said it right there. You're just not making shots.
No, I have a follow-up, but it's okay.
You're just not making shots.
The whole idea, though, is
I like that.
you had the stat. They missed 180 total in the series, right? They missed 30 a game. So that is the system that they knew. They beat the Knicks during the regular season by 16 points a game. Like they felt like we know how to beat them. What I'll say, and I agree with both of you, because I think, Marcus, you're right. They opened the door by not finishing games 1 and 2 at home. You leave the door open, and the Knicks don't mess with this team, because if you do that, anybody else they play, the Pacers, anybody else, you do not let them have a chance to take a game late. They will take it. And that was the dangerous part of that series. So once that happened, then it was, for me, the Knicks adjusting more and more as the series went on to win it.
Go, sis. Go.
Look, this is where I go with you. If your opponent is missing threes, are you going to go out there and guard them? No. Right? Like,
come on,
you know what I'm saying?
Come on, it's up here.
It's up here. And then also, do you know how hard it is to come back and be mentally tough, to be able to come back from 20 down on the road, 20 down on the road again? Like, literally, we watched them put the team on their back, put the entire city on the back. Knicks won this thing. The Celtics helped them a little bit, but they finished things out. Yeah,
they helped the door.
They helped
20.
All right,
bruh.
So they went and took it. The Knicks went and took it.
Wanna try to boast at what I look like. Think I'm gonna try to wear, pull up all brains. Jimmy with the heat, I'm on fire. It's 88 over here,